Okay guys, these are the original aluminum side rails for LC300. As you can see, they are about an inch above the roof. They're integrated and their bolt system are not there. Actually, they are pretty much as the Lexus here. So you can see the Lexus have the same rail as this one. So we will try to change it today and show you how you can do this. The bolts for these rails are inside the body. That means you will have to remove the roof liner and then access the bolt. Okay, for premium models, the roof rails, they have integrated LX600 and LC300. There are 6 bolts. One is here, there are 2 in the middle and 2 in the front. So you'll have to drop down the entire roof liner, and you will see through the video how it's done, and you have to remove a lot of these plastic panel. If you know what you're doing through this video, it takes about 4 to 5 hours to get it done nicely. And then you can have the black rails, the other razor lathe, which looks like this. Now that I've changed, and with this you can have other things. Okay guys, let's understand the difference between the silver rails and the black rails. These are the rails that I have in LX600 and also higher trims of LC300, while these are the black rails that come standard in all Land Cruiser. They have a retaining bracket under the body that enables you to bolt from the top of the roof. However, for this rail, you can see there are about 6 bolts that you have to take out from under the body. That's why you have to open the roof liner, and this diagram actually shows you those places from where the bolt will be going on in the strip. And for the black one, you can see most of it is actually bolted from the top, and the pieces that are you need to order in order to fix it, right? So this is the difference between the silver and the black. The silver aluminum low profile rails versus the black standard rail. One is here that we just remove by removing this top panel. Then apologize for the light, but it's up here, the bolt, and that's how much you want to remove the items. Just this panel, just the roof line a little bit. There are 2 clips. There's clips here. Just do that. Once you do that, then you move to the center area, and you can see center area is a bit tricky. You have to remove the liner. Be careful of the airbag here and move across. There are 2 bolts here on top that we have already removed. Now the final bolt is the one that we're trying to remove, and again you need to just remove the handles and everything and use this lever. This is the most effective lever system that you can do, and after that we should be hopefully getting off this rail. That's how you're going to lever it out. You have to be careful of all the stuff behind. Done? Done. Fantastic. So bolt number 3, the bolts. Go ahead. Being trying to remove with this lever. Okay. Let me zoom in. Yep, that's the bolt. Focusing issue. Okay. So that bolt is out. We found out there is another bolt that we missed, and that's why the rail was not coming out. And to be able to access it, we need to open this airbag bracket to access it. It's a very tricky position. It's right behind this airbag bracket. Our little tool cannot even reach it. I'm not sure if you can see it in the video, but it's behind this airbag bracket.
another bolt for the AC. Out? Okay. Completely out. Good.
We are in business. Yeah.
Let's.
Okay guys, one side is done. You can see that it flush fits into the bolts. The one thing you need to take into account is that you've got extra 2 bolts here that you need to close, and I'm going to just show you. I put the original clump that came with it, and these are the 2 bolts that are extra to this model, apart from the 2 bolts that you need to put for the factory rail. Another thing is that if you look at the silver one, this actually extends further down, maybe almost to the edge of the sunroof or the moonroof. However, the black rails, they do not, so they just stick to here. The silver one goes all the way to the end. This is just a point for that, but you goes there. Now for this rail, you can see that it's raised, and this is going to allow you to put other kind of bars and whatnot, or a flat rack. Another point is that you can see that the silver one has absolutely no grooves or bolt system, so that's why you need to buy a specific kind of bar, like Thule, Yukima, or even Lexus. So Lexus bars, they fit perfectly fine. So the last thing to point is that you will have to order what is called the roof drip molding. I'll post the part numbers below. There are 3 parts: the front piece, the middle big piece, and another rear piece, and the end piece. Very important that you put the mat, the rubbers, and all of them, and I'll show you more closely what kind of bolts these are and what kind of bolts these are. So we're going to capture it. It took us about 3 hours to do this, the first one, because we were trying to be safe with all the airbags, side airbags, and all the assembly, but inshallah the other one will be a little bit faster. So I'll just do another recap of what was opened. So we opened the middle panel, we opened the top handle, we opened this one, the middle B-pillar panel, we opened the handle above, all the handles basically, you have to open them, the door, interior roof handles. Then you basically slowly push down the roof liner, and then you can access. So there are 2 bolts in the end for the rails, 2 exactly on the top of the B-pillar and the driver's side pillar. So 6 bolts have to go, and these ones are the most trickiest because there's a side airbag running all over the place. So you need to access it through the roof liner horizontally, lower down the roof liner and get a long ratchet extension, and then you can open that from there, right? Once you have done it, it's piece of cake. Once you know what you're doing, it is not going to take you much time. However, we have to slowly find our way. These are the most easiest to do in the end, and also the middle one here, they're pretty okay. The front one are the most trickiest one to do, and inshallah, as we do the second side, hopefully it's going to be faster, because now we know a little bit more about how to drop the roof liner. So here's the comparison between the aluminum side rails integrated versus the OEM black rails raised. You can see that it actually comes with 1 bolt, 1 plastic retainer, and so forth, basically quite nicely sealed, and basically 3 bolts that are in the roof, 2 in the middle in fact, yes, and the last one is just a plastic and a retainer, just like what you see here, plastic and a retainer, and they're quite sturdy, has a good weight on it, looks quite durable. Now the black ones, as you can see, it will come with a lot of base plates, the rubbers and everything you can see here, and there are 2 big bolts here, 2 smaller bolts here, and other brackets that are basically used to cover and retain. So side by side, both of them are quite sturdy, but definitely the black ones are highly load rated and actually preferable if you're going to put a rack on top of it or any other big toolbox. The other thing is the clearance. These are very flush Lexus aluminum side rails, so if you're going to put a crossbar, you will have very little clearance from the roof. Of course, there are now more angular and protruding crossbars, but if you want a flush system, definitely I would recommend the black rails. For Lexus, if you Google for LX600 crossbars, you're probably going to find a lot of variety fitting onto the aluminum sidebars. Okay guys, we have opened the panels here. So the rear quarter panel, all the door handles, and then you can pop up the roof liner low. And now the roof liner is, you can see, adjustable. You do need a 10 mm socket and a long extension like this to access the first rear bolt, and then the two in the middle and the two in the front. Okay, we got into a little bit hiccup. So you can see now the setup here. Here the roof bolt was easily accessible. You can see that 10 mm. However, here on the right hand side you've got a whole air duct assembly. So we had no choice but to drop the roof liner. And now it'll, in our opinion now, it's I think better to just make an effort to drop the roof liner with the support, and then you work out and you open all the 6 bolts. So one of us is going to hold the roof liner while the other one just going to open the bolts. You can't really see the bolts, they are behind this bracket. The other one is over there, but this is how the roof liner looks like, and brand new, smells new. So here's a roof bolt. You can see it after you've opened the airbag brackets. Airbag comes back down, and then you can see one of the bolts with the plastic retainer. This is what needs to be taken out. Okay, so all the bolts are out. It's just a matter of pulling out the rail. So I'm gonna start with that. You can see it's already loose. Go ahead. Here we go. Here's the rail. It's all out. And that's the original Japan Dust OEM. You can collect it. Now this is the most important part. You can see here that the lower models, GX and GXL, they will probably come with the retaining bracket that comes inside and you bolt it from the top. That's what is known. In this model you do not have that. That means that I have to put additional bolts from inside the body to hold the rail, the new rail. And of course I'll show you more about it. But yeah, these are, so in this model you have extra 2 bolts that you do not have for the lower trims, and this is where we're going to fit them. 2 here, 2 in the middle, and 2 in the rear, and that's how it looks like. Okay, now back to fitting the black rails. So just to, when you open the OEM top plastic trim, you would see these bigger bolts that go in the front. These are OEM bolts with a seal to do that. And however, now because I don't have the lower retaining bracket, I will have to use these 13 mm locking bolts, and with some RTV sealant. Additionally, for the middle one, I've got the OEM 10 mm bolts. So the good thing about them, they have these plastic seal as well to stop any ingression or water coming in, but of course you have to be extra careful. So you've got 2 in the front, 2 smaller one in the middle, and 2 longer one in the end. Yep. Just to show you, these are the front and these are the middle one. Now I do need 2 additional of these to lock the to plug the additional these holes I have. I'm just going to put it here and bolt it, but I'll use a bracket as well. I've got an additional bracket. I'll put the bracket and then top of it, so it will fit all the trims inside it. So this is how it's going to look like. So this is the one that you want to plug. This
bracket goes like this, and with a bit of a sealant, 2 small bolts, and this plastic piece will then fit flush on this bracket, right? This is the whole idea for that. And these 2 front will be used by the black rail, so you must put the small bolt first, tighten them, and then start putting the other brackets. So now fitting the bigger rail, the 2 bolts going in. Make sure the rubber base is there, and then the long bolts will go fine. Need to adjust. There you go. And the middle bracket as well, and the rear. So now we're just going to bolt it from the inside, from the roof, and that should fit it. And then we're going to put back the liner, all of it back. So the rails are done, perfectly fitted.
So just to show you what I've ordered as to fill the roof gaps, it's called the roof drip molding. These are the parts that I've ordered for my Land Cruiser, and these are, you can see there are 3 pieces to it as shown in the figure here, 1, 2, 3, and there are 2 black plastic trims. I have not ordered them because I have them, but here's the big molding, the center molding, and then the middle and the rear molding. So you can order these 6 trims, 6 roof drop molding that will fit right into your rack place.
Another important thing is that to be able to seal all the bolt points from the top of the roof, it's better to use something like this. I'm using Permatex clear adhesive sealant. It's very good. Comes with a nozzle, so I've used it on from the top as well.